How you doing, sir? Welcome to Gamestop. What can I go ahead and help you with?
Oh my God, guys. Don't know what's happening with GameStop. What's happened in the news, I don't know. But look, if you're a degen like me and you've played GameStop, look at it go tonight, guys. It's going to the moon. There's been like a massive short squeeze. I don't know how high this is going to go tonight, but I just thought I'd hop on and just let you see what GameStop's doing. So Roaring Kitty is the guy behind GameStop, or Keith Gill, or Deep F Value. I won't swear on I won't swear on this channel, but yeah, oh my gosh, guys, look at this. I've got GameStop channeled within that purple channel you can see. It's just really squeezing tonight. I really don't know what the news is. I'll try to find out later for you guys what the news is, but my goodness, just look at that go, guys. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know, but something's causing a really huge like minus. I think this is what you call, it's not the mother of all squeezes, but it's definitely a squeeze nonetheless. Just when you least expect it, GameStop starts to squeeze. Guys, this is just amazing. Look at this. Look, there was a massive gap up just now, about 5 minutes ago. And now it's slowing down a little bit now. People are selling out now. My gosh, look at that, guys. It actually reached $31 tonight. I think if you're in an options play, you can't really do anything about it because the stock market's already open. So if you're playing shares, that's worthwhile because obviously you can, the market's still open for shares. Regular hours of trading is closed, but the actual, after hours it's called, is still on. So I'm trading shares at the moment with GME. I've just taken out some profits with this, and then obviously, as you can see, it's plummeting. So they've got it to a point that they've wanted to sell out. So I'll wait for GameStop to come back down to reasonable prices as it was before, about 25, 26, possibly $27, and I'll buy back in again. So I've already taken out, as I say, steady profits to take out, and then you buy back in when it's really cheap again. But my goodness, guys, who knew? I don't know what's happening tonight with this, whether there's something in the news, or I think maybe Roaring Kitty may have tweeted. I'll find out. Let me just see if it's the case that Roaring Kitty's tweeted. Let's see what's going on. So Trading 212 has a community, guys. So in the community, you can see what's going on. You've got all the apes holding and hodling. They're telling you not to sell out. But obviously, I'm a trader. So obviously, for me, it's just another trade. Obviously, I haven't sold out of all of it because you don't know how high it's going to go. But I don't know what's happening, guys. This is like 3-4 minutes ago. Look, what's going on? No idea. I'm going to like that one. Let's go. We move in GameStop. Who's moving GameStop? I don't know. Boom time. Cheeks clapping. My goodness. Wow, what a jump. Yeah, I agree. What a jump. To the moon. It's GameStop is taking us to the promised land. That's to the moon. Get your moon bags ready, guys. So, as I say, Roaring Kitty, a.k.a. Keith Gill, a.k.a. Dumb Money, as they call him, he basically loves this stock. He believes in the stock wholeheartedly. I think you can basically surmise it similar to, I don't know, if you grew up in the time when Toys R Us was like a huge, big deal. Yeah, so back in the day, Toys R Us was a huge store, selling all kinds of, fun things for children to play with. And basically they were short sellers came in, and the function of short sellers is to kind of like weed out all the really weak companies, and they can make money, as it's going out of business, or sometimes they can drive it out of business if it's close to it. But with GameStop, you have like gamers that are dedicated to, to this section of, the market. And I think Keith Gill, Roaring Kitty, he is obviously a huge gamer. He loves this stock. He loves this company. And he is also, I think he's involved with, the financial industry in one way or another. So he understands about stocks and shares and the stock market, and he knows how to value a stock. And he thought that GameStop back in the day, about 4 years ago, was undervalued. And he did his whole thesis on it, and he opened his own YouTube channel explaining to everybody his thesis on GameStop and how it's a completely undervalued stock. And as an investor, you should really believe in the company. And he really did. He believed like the company has a lot of potential. You shouldn't you shouldn't, cut this company short. It's got a future. And then I think a new management came into play, whereby Ryan Cohen was the new CEO of this company. And if you know a little bit about him, he was the guy that opened up Chewy.com. It sells, all dog products online. And he made a success of it. He sold it for billions. And obviously now he's the owner of GameStop, or the CEO of GameStop. And Roaring Kitty has a huge belief in Ryan Cohen as, the new steward of this company. And he believes that, Ryan Cohen will shepherd this company and maneuver it to really, amazing heights. So ever since 2020, ever since there was a movie out about Roaring Kitty, Dumb Money, I mean, you can find all this stuff online, but he was everybody thought he was doing a dump and pump with this stock, and he really wasn't. He was serious about it, and he still is. I think he's the 7th or 8th top holder of this stock in terms of, behind major institutions like Vanguard and BlackRock, and also the CEO Ryan Cohen himself. I think he has millions and millions of shares of GameStop, and I think he'll be enjoying this squeeze tonight. So at the start, when he opened up his YouTube channel, he was trying to explain about GameStop to everybody in the community. And he then, at the time, I think Reddit was a huge forum for people to express their opinions on certain things. And Wall Street Bets was one of the major contributors on that forum, especially to do with trading. And he termed himself DFV, deep F value, and he really brought it for GameStop. And he tried to open up his his reasons for why everyone should really start investing into GameStop, because it's such an undervalued stock. And he wasn't, Roaring Kitty didn't understand that much about, short squeeze plays at the time. He was just interested that he was picking up a stock for amazing bargain bottom, prices. And he just did that. And the more he talked about it and the more everybody got on board, he began to build an army. And they call this army the apes, as in the movie, the apes. So all the apes, they huddled behind him. They huddled behind GameStop. And it's become this, it's become a cult almost. But in a good way for traders, because the small guy actually wins. I mean, at the end of all this, Roaring Kitty invested his own money, because he had such deep belief in GameStop. He invested back at the time, about 4 years ago, he invested about, I think, 50K US dollars. And literally, he was so spot on about this, but he wasn't he was lucky because he didn't realize too much about the squeeze that was, the short squeeze that was placed by, a lot of companies like Citadel that are, responsible for kind of pushing out and weeding out smaller companies and then, just making a profit on them. So he didn't realize that there was a short squeeze play, but because he had this army of apes behind him, they all bought in with him. And if you know anything about short squeeze, when somebody is waiting for the stock to go to zero, and you've got a bunch of unknown people, a black swan of apes that have jumped in, buying this up, it's obviously not going to go to zero anymore. So all these like short squeeze plays are getting like basically squeezed out of the market. And in order to get out of the market, they have to buy the stock back. So you can imagine as they're trying to buy back and apes like plowing in to buy more, it's just squeezing the price higher and higher and higher. So, you know, short story, I mean, to cut this story short, his 50K was turned into, I think, something ridiculous like 50 million, like overnight because of this squeeze. Well, it wasn't a squeeze overnight, but it literally was a squeeze within a few days. It just squeezed crazy from, I think he bought it in at about $10, $15, $20, and it squeezed until it reached, I think, a few $100s. And I think at the time, Elon Musk also jumped in at the final hour to squeeze it even further to its highest all-time highs back in the day. And that just kind of like was the epitome of, you know, dumb money, kind of like retail trading that actually made it. Like somebody beat the man, you know, and it's become a movie. It's called Dumb Money, like the movie. But obviously they didn't use the real person, they used an actor. But yeah, you can't really summarize it all. But so anyway, back in 2024, well, 2023 really, Roaring Kitty reappeared after 3 years hiatus, because obviously he's a millionaire now. So he came back, and GameStop has suddenly, you know, it's just started all over again, and people have been following this stock since he's come back. So it's such an interest. You have to be a degen to play this, but it's such a fun thing to, you know, to be a part of. And obviously it's come at the right moment when I started my journey, so obviously I understand a little bit more in order to jump in, and I've really enjoyed it. I was you know, I caught it on the first squeeze back in the beginning of 2023 when he came back, and obviously it's been a year now since it squeezed again, but it's finally squeezing again tonight. So this isn't the Moass. There's a Moass which is like the mother of all squeezes, where they say, you know, it's going to go beyond what you can imagine. So if you're buying it, say, you know, these prices at 26, people are saying this could possibly squeeze to about 60, 80, 100, and it could go way beyond that. So it's just a crazy degen play, but I can't believe it's happening tonight. I have to, like, you know, see what's going on. Maybe Roaring Kitty's actually, you know, he's obviously, you know, made some kind of tweet. Let me just check Twitter quickly and just see if Roaring Kitty has tweeted. It could be the case that because every time this guy tweets, the stock moves. No, he still hasn't tweeted. The last tweet he gave was on the 23rd of January, so it's not him. So I really don't know who it is. It's actually unbelievable tonight. Yeah, I think tomorrow being Friday, people have, like, you know, realized that GameStop squeezes on a Monday, or there's like high volatility on a Monday and on a Friday. So Monday's come and gone, but for some reason it's squeezed tonight. And as I say, the stock market's closed, so you can't really play options on this. I think tomorrow, Friday, is also another day GameStop likes to, you know, be quite volatile. So I think tomorrow, being Valentine's Day, by the way, happy Valentine's Day to everybody tomorrow. Yeah, so tomorrow, guys, it's going to be a great play for GameStop, because if it's going to, like, do crazy things like it is tonight, we may get a Moass, like a mother of all squeezes. Super exciting for tomorrow. Yeah, so I can't believe, like, it squeezed tonight. People have waited for, like, so long. You know, they've been, you know, following tweets from Roaring Kitty. Actually, I'll just show you. So Roaring Kitty, he sent this on the 25th of December on Twitter, saying there's a gift for everybody. But, you know, that didn't come. And then he sent this in the new year saying it's going to come, it's going to come. And obviously his last one was to do with, you know, this dog waiting for the owner and, like, not to give up. So Yeah, this is just like incredible. I mean, before Christmas or during Christmas, he sent this, the Time magazine, where people were thinking like, what is this date? You know, what is that timestamp? And they were thinking, oh, January is the timestamp, and it could go up to 420. But who knows? This is all, you know, you guys just have to like, you know, watch more channels about, watch YouTube about Roaring Kitty and like just understand it, because this guy is just incredible. I mean, just the fact that he has such power over this stock. Literally just one tweet from Roaring Kitty can just send this stock to the moon. It really can. It's like, everybody get your moon bags ready. We're heading into outer space, you know. It's yeah, this is super exciting. As I say, I've already taken some gains along the way. The rest I've left in there. What I'll do is I'll wait for this price to drop. When it drops back down to about $27, $26, I'll buy back in again with the gains, and I'll just sit and wait again for tomorrow. And as I say, if the short squeeze, the Moass, comes tomorrow, well, woohoo! Yeah, anyway, so you can't lose with shares really, because there's a lot of people, they call them, you know, they're basically holding the bag, that, you know, they hodl. People have been holding this. Some people just won't sell out of it because they just love this movement so much. It's like sticking it to the man, you know. But I wouldn't really, you know, really call it sticking it to the man, because really in reality, for the financial industry, everybody just tries to make a buck, and there are such things as short plays. You know, like I said earlier, some companies, when, you know, not companies, but there are like, you know, people who wait to short a company if they feel, you know, that company isn't doing very well. I mean, they could like try to put investments into it, but their job is just to make sure that the companies just run to the ground, and then it's just out of business, and they just make money on that, on the fact that it does that. But as I say, you know, I think if anything, this is like an inspiration for anybody who loves any kind of stock that's going to be, you know, struggling in the future. I mean, Elon Musk is, you know, a prime example. He's the owner of Tesla, and he hated when people kept shorting Tesla. He really hates it because it doesn't do any good for his, you know, his shareholders when people do that. So he's in favor of, you know, of people like Roaring Kitty. So I guess if you really love a stock, like, you know, Keith Gill really loves GameStop, you can really save it. This is proof. This guy really saved this company. He did like everything he could to save this company, and in the end he won. And you know, not only that, he became a legend, a real legend. Like, he's the only person you can say, oh my goodness, he has turned 50k into millions, just of the fact that he understood what an undervalued stock means, and, you know, the value of a company, and the fact that somebody really loves a particular company, you can stand behind it, and, you know, you can get a group of following to follow you if they also believe in what you believe in. And, you know, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys on YouTube. Like, you can't, you know, you can't like deny what YouTube offers to people today. And YouTube, I mean, it's no joke. They are really pushing small, you know, small content creators. So, you know, guys, just in your ordinary day, like your ordinary life, like film it. It doesn't take long. Just film it. Make sure it goes beyond 20 minutes and then upload it. You don't need any fancy equipment or any editing. You can learn that after. People just want to, like, you know, I suppose fit in somewhere. I think people just want to, you know, belong to something. And a lot of people belonging to the movement of GameStop, they really are. So, you know, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I had to film this as I was like closing up my Trading 212 app for the day. I just had a notification, as I say, you can add these target prices like I am here. And then it would just notify you, and it just kept notifying me that GameStop was jumping like 27, above 27, above 27. I was just like, what's going on? It hasn't moved for ages. So I opened it up and I saw a huge godly candle. Here, look at this huge godly candle that I saw just tonight. Goodness me. Look at this. So this is the channel that I've been, you know, drawing out for GameStop. It's been like basically, so this is the squeeze that happened back in May of 2024 when Roaring Kitty came back. And if I go to the monthly, look guys, this was the actual squeeze that Roaring Kitty caused back in 2020 of December. And it carried on until February, and it just basically carried on and carried on. And finally it died out by, I think, by kind of like the end of 2021. But look at this, guys. This is what happened. This was the squeeze. It literally just went from way down here. I think he bought in at round about this kind of mark here. And he basically invested 50k at this area here, and it literally, without him understanding too much about a short squeeze, it squeezed all the way up to $120. I mean, that is just unbelievable. That's how you like invest, guys. That is a boom boom candle. That is how you turn thousands into millions with just an undervalued stock. So yeah, guys, that's the power of, you know, these kind of degen plays. Let me just get back to my screen a second. Yeah, so guys, I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm just, you know, gobsmacked by what I'm seeing tonight. So yeah, anyway, I just had to hop on and like just show this to you, because I'm just like gobsmacked about this move that there is today. People have been waiting, you know, since Christmas for, you know, this huge short squeeze, and it has squeezed tonight, but it's not the mother of all squeezes. This is just the minor squeeze. Okay, guys. I can't believe this. I'm not speechless, but I'm breathless from trying to like show you guys. And like, yeah, I think tonight is going to be really tough to sleep. Okay, that's it. That's me over and out. Matcha tea and out, guys. Good night.